Good morning, everybody. Noah Kisser back here for a early morning review. It's not really early for some of you, but this is early for me to be recording a video. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. I just got done watching Artemis Fowl. This stars Ferdia Shaw as Artemis Fowl Jr., who's searching for this secret society of fairies to look for his father, named Artemis Fowl Sr., played by Colin Farrell. This movie was supposed to come out, I think, May 22nd, 2020, a couple weeks late, but that's due to the pandemic. This movie was supposed to be released in theaters by Disney. They put the trailer out a full year in advance, which means they really wanted to get the word out about this one, because this is a book series. I've never read any of the books. I don't know who the author of the books are. I have no clue whatsoever. So, this is Ferdia Shaw's, woohoo, what happened there? There we go. This is Ferdia Shaw's first movie. I think this is his first credit ever. This might be his first credit ever on IMDb. I am actually going to check right now on my Amazon Kindle. Yes, this is his first credit ever. His very first credit is Artemis Fowl. So he's had no other experience in the film world. So that's pretty impressive to get your first role with Disney in a big $125 million budget film, which means, kid, you got a nice paycheck. How did Ferdia do? He's trash. This kid, I feel so bad for him. He's sitting there. He says his line, and then he's just a blank face. He's just a blank face. No emotion whatsoever. He's terrible in this role. He's trying, but his acting's just bad. His acting is downright terrible. It is even worse than some of the Wild Eye movies that I've seen. I'm not gonna say he's the worst actor I've ever seen, but he's definitely one of the worst actors that I have ever seen. Disney Plus has released I think 3 movies this year so far on Disney Plus. Disney Plus Originals. And I've seen 2 of them. I have not seen Timothy Failure. I think it's called Timothy Failure Mistakes Were Made or something like that. This movie is downright awful. The acting is bad. The story is bad. It's a movie that is not really a movie. It's more of just a compilations of scenes to get to the end. It's not even trying that hard. This is supposed to be a big series of books. Here, hold on a minute. Hey, Alexa. How many Artemis Fowl books are there? There are 8. 8 Artemis Fowl books. The first one was released in 2001. They've been trying to get this going since the early to mid 2000s. And I understand why now. This has been passed from director to director to producer to writer to writer. They didn't know what the hell to do with this thing. And I don't know if there's just multiple scripts in here, multiple portions of scripts in here. I can't tell you, because this movie is so incomprehensible. It's probably the worst movie that I've seen this year. And I love Disney. I do not want to bash them whatsoever. But 2 of their Disney films, 2 of their films are actually in my worst films. Are actually in my top 3 worst films of 2020 so far. And Artemis Fowl is going to be hard to beat. This movie is downright trash. Josh Gad plays the narrator, and he's a big dwarf, which is basically his main joke in the film, besides a poorly CGI'd mouth that comes out so he can eat stuff. Fucking hilarious. This thing is 95 minutes. 88 and a half minutes, roughly, without the end credits. And I felt like I was sitting there. I I woke up and I was having a good day. I watched Disney Gallery, the Mandalorian documentary, and I'm like, this is going to be a great day, let me tell you. There's the mail. And now I watched Artemis Fowl. When I saw Stargirl, I had a little bit of high hopes for it. For Artemis Fowl, when the trailer came out over a year ago, I had no interest in this movie whatsoever. I thought the trailer looked bad. I thought it looked zero interest from me. Zero whatsoever. Here, I'm gonna pause the video and get the mail. Hold on a minute. Let's get back to this. The action scenes are not filmed in an interesting way whatsoever. They're so poorly shot that you can definitely see that they aren't even hitting each other. Particularly with a fight with a pole and poorly CGI'd action scenes involving Josh Gad swinging. I mean, it's just trash. This movie is not going to get trashed by everybody. If you're a fan of the books, please tell me, is this anything like the books? I listen to audiobooks sometimes. Is this anything like the books? Are the books this bad? I'm supposing not, because they sold well enough to get 8 books in a series. Disney was actually trying to make a series out of this. With a budget this high, you needed to have a really, really decent sized, a really decent effects budget. And the effects in this are not awful. They're downright atrocious. This movie is just the worst movie I have seen this year so far. And I've seen The Main Event, Stargirl, Dangerous Lies. I've seen multiple films. I have not seen 365 Days yet, because I've heard that that's sort of like a softcore porno, and I have no interest in seeing that. This movie is the worst movie of the entire year so far. I'm hoping that Da 5 Bloods is much better from Spike Lee on Netflix. Now, let's hope that the next Disney Plus movie, which is something like Secret Society of Super Fuckers or something, I don't know. I'm actually gonna check out what it's called here. It is called where the hell are you? You're probably yelling at me right now. Secret Society of Second Born Royals. And this has the girl who played Andy Mack in this movie. I saw an episode or two of Andy Mack, and she was pretty good in that film. I saw the trailer for this, and I thought it looked like crap. I don't know if they're not trying anymore with Disney Plus movies, or if they're just shoving everything that they possibly can that they know is not going to do well, or that they know is a bad film. That's why I'm kind of scared to watch Togo and Timothy Failure now. They've released 5 movies so far, and I've only seen, well, 6 movies, and I've only seen 4 of them, not including the Disney nature ones, because I personally don't watch those. But if you do, I am sure they're great. This movie is the worst of the entire year. Rant over. This kid is the worst actor I have seen all year. I don't know if he will ever work again, but if he does, it best be in a low budget. But kid, I'm sure you got one hell of a fucking paycheck, because you got money for this. $125 million budget. Now, I'm certainly hoping you did not sign, that Disney did not make you sign a multi-picture deal. Because some people do sign multi-picture deals, and it's for the better. But this kid should not. He's a fucking bad actor. Do not do another movie. I hated this movie. Artemis Fowl gets an F. See you later today for Spike Lee's Da 5 Bloods on Netflix.